Hey y'all, it's Shani, Certified Feline Training and Behavior Specialist with Wild at Heart, and someone tagged me in their video of their new kitten interacting with their resident cat, asking if these interactions are aggressive, are they okay? So let's watch the video. Kitten's body language is super confident, their tail is up, they're walking right past the cat. Even when they get swatted, they don't even react. And resident cat's body language is pretty relaxed. They're laying on their side, they don't even get up. So of course, I'm not seeing every single interaction that's happening. I'm only basing this on this very short video that you've sent me. Not super concerned, but let me tell you some things that you can do to improve their relationship. The biggest way to lessen tension in a multi-cat household is to focus on the resources. So if you have 2 cats, you should have at least 3 litter boxes. Now, if I had cats that were having issues, I would increase that to at least 4 litter boxes. The litter boxes need to be spread throughout the house and not all in the same area. You should have at least 2 food and water bowls. I would not be feeding these cats together. The food bowls should be separate. In the cat world, eating is not a social event. Specifically, we don't want this resident cat who might already feel threatened or uncomfortable have to be forced to eat their meals next to this kitten. And then all the other resources in the house, cat trees, cat beds, scratchers, toys, catnip, all of those really, really important resources, you should have many of them and they should be spread throughout the house. Cats are very territorial and they will guard resources. If you have an abundance of resources, it drastically decreases the tension in the household. And the best way to build this bond between these 2 cats is through positive associations. So play with them using wand toys. It's always better to have 2 people there so one person can play with one cat and the other can play with the other cat. They are both playing individually, but they are sharing space together. And every time they're together and it's just super mellow, give them both treats and verbal praise. Anytime that they have some sort of bad interaction, you want to ignore it and redirect. We don't want to be yelling at the resident cat or yelling at the kitten. It needs to be super positive every single time these 2 cats are together because we want them to learn. Every time I'm with this new kitten, I get praise, I get treats, I get playtime, versus every time I'm with this kitten, I get yelled at and reprimanded. And then let's work on preventing any negative associations that this kitten might be creating with their rambunctious behavior. So I would not allow this kitten to chase your resident cat. I always tell people, if you're working on a relationship between 2 cats, you should have a blanket handy, and right when that kitten starts to stare down your cat, you're going to block their visual view and redirect them onto a toy. And like I always say, play is super important. Cats are predators. They have to hunt and they have to kill. We will never stop those instincts in cats. What we can do is provide them with an appropriate outlet to be a hunter and a killer inside a home. And that is through toys, because if you don't give them toys and you don't play with them, they are going to treat other cats like their prey. So the more playtime you give that rambunctious kitten, because again, they are young, they have a ton of energy, the better off their relationship is going to be, because you are constantly providing this outlet for this kitten instead of the kitten hyper-focused on the resident cat. And y'all, minor hissing and swatting is totally normal in my opinion, and we should allow that because that's how cats communicate with each other. And so it's going to be really important for this kitten to learn their manners and also learn their new friends' boundaries. What we don't want is this kitten chasing and terrifying this resident cat throughout the house, them rolling around and screaming and biting and fur flying. We definitely don't want that. But the minor hissing and communication between 2 cats should be completely ignored by us. We don't want to reinforce it and we don't want to reprimand it. So in closing, I think that this relationship is pretty good. It's new, obviously, so they're still like working out the kinks and you are just gonna iron out those final details. So whether these cats tolerate each other or absolutely adore each other, just be super grateful because that's all we can ask for. I hope this is helpful to you. Obviously, I'm watching just a very, very short video, so I'm only giving very basic advice here. If you had further videos that you wanted to show me, feel free, but I think this is a really good starting point.